My beloved child, listen closely, for I will not speak to you in riddles or delay the truth. The Father is waiting to reveal his next step for your life. But the key is simple, and it is hidden in one word that unlocks everything: obedience. You have prayed for answers, yet you still wonder why the door has not opened. You have fasted, you have cried out, you have even grown weary in the waiting. And I say to you today, the step you are longing for is already within your reach. But it will not be found in striving, it will be unlocked in obeying. Stay with me now, for in a few moments I will show you how one act of obedience shifted the destiny of a nation. And I will reveal why your obedience today carries a weight you cannot yet see. For the eyes of heaven are upon you, and angels are watching for your response. So before we walk further, I invite you to let your heart be still. Breathe in the peace that I give, a peace that the world cannot take away. And as you listen, let my words wash over you like living water. If these words touch you, share them with someone who longs for God's light. And do not forget to leave your thoughts below, for together we encourage one another in faith. And subscribe, beloved, so that you do not miss the next message I will bring to your soul. Now hear me, obedience is not about chains or burden. It is not a heavy weight laid upon your back. It is a doorway, a holy invitation into a greater measure of my presence. Every time you obey, you step into alignment with my Father's perfect plan. Do you remember Abraham? When I called him to leave his father's house, he did not yet know the land I would show him. He did not hold the map, he did not see the future, yet he obeyed. And through that obedience, I built a covenant that blesses you even now. You ask me, Lord, why does my life feel stuck, as if I cannot move forward? And I answer, sometimes the delay is not because heaven has withheld the blessing, but because you have delayed in obeying the last word I spoke to you. Go back, beloved, and remember the instruction I whispered in the quiet place. Did you obey, or did you wait until it felt comfortable? I am not waiting for your perfection. I am not asking you to have every detail figured out. I am asking you for your yes, for in your yes lies the seed of breakthrough. Peter knew this. On that morning when he fished all night and caught nothing, I said to him, cast your net on the right side of the boat. It was a simple command, and it made little sense to the mind. But when he obeyed, the net overflowed until it nearly broke. That is what I long to do for you. But I cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. I cannot release abundance into a vessel that resists my instruction. I need you pliable, willing, surrendered. Some of you are praying, Lord, show me the whole picture. But if I showed you every detail, would you still need faith? If I gave you the full map, where would obedience find its place? My child, faith is built in the steps you cannot see. Faith grows in the walk of obedience, one choice at a time. You say, but Lord, I am afraid. What if I fail? What if I hear wrong? And I say, do not fear. For even if you stumble, my hand is strong to lift you up. Even if you misunderstand, I am able to redirect you with love. Obedience is not about flawless execution. It is about the posture of your heart. David was a man after my heart, not because he never failed, but because he returned to me again and again, willing to obey my voice. And through him I established a kingdom that no enemy could overthrow. So do not despise the small steps of obedience. Do not look down on the hidden instructions I give you in the quiet. For the unseen choices become the unseen roots, and when the storm comes, those roots will hold you firm. You may think the act is small, apologizing to one person, closing a door to sin, speaking kindness to a stranger, giving when no one sees. But heaven does not measure greatness as the world does. Heaven measures by obedience. For it was one act of obedience that brought salvation to all mankind. I obeyed my Father even unto death, and because of that obedience, the grave lost its power, and you were given eternal life. So now, beloved, the Spirit is whispering to your heart. You know the very thing He has been asking of you. Perhaps it is forgiveness, though it feels impossible. Perhaps it is releasing control, though it feels unsafe. Perhaps it is trusting Him in a step that makes no sense to your mind. Do not harden your heart, for the next step in your life's journey waits on the other side of obedience. Stay with me, for in a moment I will show you how delayed obedience becomes disobedience, and why your yes carries eternal weight in this very season of your life. My beloved, now that you have walked with me through the first steps of obedience, let us go deeper, for the surface may inspire you, but it is the depth that transforms you. It is not enough to hear my words. They must take root within you like seeds planted in rich soil. You ask, Lord, why does obedience matter so much? And I say to you, obedience is the proof of love. For anyone can speak words of devotion, but it is in surrender that love is revealed. If you love me, I said, keep my commandments, not as a burden, but as a living bond between your heart and mine. Think of Noah. He built an ark when no rain had ever fallen from the heavens. The world mocked him, even those closest to him may have doubted, but his obedience preserved the future of mankind. One man's yes became the doorway for generations to live. Think of Jonah when he ran from obedience. The sea raged against him. When he resisted my command, chaos swallowed his peace. But when he turned back, when he finally obeyed, an entire city was spared from destruction. Do you see the weight your obedience carries? It is never just about you, it ripples into eternity. Think of Mary, a young woman, unknown and unseen by the world. Yet when the angel spoke, she bowed her heart in simple surrender. Let it be to me according to your word. And through that, yes, the Savior of the world entered humanity. Your obedience may look small in your eyes, but in heaven's record, it is mighty. So I ask you, child, what is your yes worth? Will you trade it for fear of rejection? Will you delay it because you seek man's approval? Or will you trust me enough to obey even when it costs you? For I tell you plainly, delayed obedience is disobedience. Every time you say, tomorrow, Lord, you close a door that was meant for today. Every time you say, later, Lord, you postpone the miracle waiting at your doorstep. Do not be deceived into thinking that there is always more time. For the opportunity of obedience is often tied to the moment of faith. Remember the rich young ruler. He came to me eager, asking, what must I do to inherit eternal life? I saw the hunger in him, but I also saw the chains that bound his heart. So I asked him to release what he held most tightly. But he walked away sorrowful, because his treasure was greater to him than obedience. How different his story might have been had he trusted me with all. I say this not to condemn you, but to awaken you. For there are things I long to place in your hands, but your hands are too full of what I have already asked you to release. Let go, beloved, let go. For only in letting go can you make room for what is greater. And I know you wonder, but Lord, what if I obey and it leads me into pain? I tell you, my child, obedience may cost you, but it will never destroy you. It may break your pride, but it will heal your soul. It may test your comfort, but it will strengthen your faith. It may strip away what you thought was life, but it will give you true life in abundance. Obedience is not the path of ease, but it is the path of blessing. Did Abraham not wait decades for the promise of Isaac? Did Moses not face Pharaoh with trembling knees? Did Esther not risk her life to enter the king's court? Yet in each act of obedience, my glory was revealed, and the story of redemption unfolded further. Now hear me, obedience is not just about the great, dramatic moments. It is in the daily, the ordinary, the hidden. It is in the choice to pray when no one sees. It is in the discipline to guard your tongue. It is in the kindness you show when your heart feels weary. It is in the patience you offer when the waiting seems endless. Every small act of obedience is a stone building the altar of your life before me. And know this, I do not call you to obey in your own strength. For the Spirit I have placed within you is the Spirit of power and truth. He will remind you of my words. He will strengthen you when your flesh resists. He will guide you when the path seems unclear. You are not left alone, you are carried. Still, I hear your heart asking, Lord, how will I know if it is truly you speaking? And I say, my sheep hear my voice. You will know my voice, for it will align with my word. It will lead you to love, not hatred. It will lead you to humility, not pride. It will lead you to purity, not compromise. It will lead you into light, not darkness. Trust my Spirit within you and walk in faith. Do not wait for the perfect sign. Do not wait until you feel no fear. Step out, for obedience often comes with trembling knees and a beating heart. But when you step, you will see my hand uphold you. And when you walk, the path will become clear beneath your feet. Beloved, there is something you must understand. Every time you obey, you are not just changing your story, you are shifting generations. Your yes today may be the reason your children walk in freedom. Your surrender now may be the seed that blossoms into a legacy of faith. You may not see the full picture, but heaven records every act. For did I not say that even a cup of cold water given in my name will not lose its reward? How much more, then, the steps of obedience that cost you? The unseen yes is written in eternity, and one day you will stand before me and see the harvest of every act of faith. But my heart longs for you to taste that harvest even now. For I came that you may have life, and life more abundantly. Not a life of constant striving, not a life chained to fear, but a life of freedom found in trusting and obeying your shepherd. So I call you once more. Rise, my child, take the step I have placed before you. Do not look back in regret. Do not look sideways in comparison. Fix your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith. For I will lead you where you need to go. I will protect you from what you cannot see. I will fight battles on your behalf that you do not even know exist, and I will bring you safely into the destiny prepared for you. Now stay with me, for I will show you one last mystery. Obedience does not only unlock blessing for you, it unlocks revival for the world around you. When the disciples obeyed and remained in the upper room, the Spirit was poured out in power. At Pentecost, when Philip obeyed the Spirit and ran to the chariot, the Ethiopian official carried the gospel back to his nation. When Paul obeyed the vision in the night and went to Macedonia, the gospel entered Europe and countless lives were changed. One yes, one act, one step, and the world was never the same. So what might your yes release? What move of heaven waits on your surrender? What chain in your family line might break because you choose to obey? What soul might be saved because you followed my voice without delay? I tell you, the weight of obedience is eternal. The moment may pass, but the fruit remains forever. Therefore, my child, do not hesitate. Choose this day whom you will serve. And when you say yes, say it with your whole heart. For I, your Lord, will never leave you nor forsake you. I will walk with you, I will strengthen you, and I will reward your obedience with treasures beyond measure. But hear me clearly. Obedience is not only about action, it begins in the heart. The Pharisees did many outward acts, but their hearts were far from me. They obeyed rules, but missed the heart of the Father. True obedience flows from love, not fear. It comes not from trying to earn my approval, but from knowing you already. Have it. Let me remind you of Samuel's words to Saul. To obey is better than sacrifice. For Saul offered what looked religious, but he disobeyed the command I gave, and in that moment, the kingdom was torn from his hands. Beloved, do not let outward busyness replace inward surrender. I do not desire your performance, I desire your heart. When you obey out of love, your obedience becomes worship. When you trust me enough to say yes, even when it hurts, your yes rises before heaven like incense. And I delight in it more than 1,000 offerings. And yet, you may say, Lord, my obedience seems to go unnoticed. Do not be discouraged, for I see what is hidden. I see the prayers you whisper when no one listens. I see the sacrifice you make when no one applauds. I see the restraint you show when your flesh burns to lash out. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is unseen. Even when people forget, I remember, and I will reward openly what you have sown in secret. Your quiet yes echoes louder in heaven than the shout of the crowd. Your hidden obedience is a crown being fashioned for you even now. Let us walk again through the lives of those who came before you. Moses obeyed my call at the burning bush, though he felt unworthy. Through his yes, an entire nation was delivered. Joshua obeyed my strange command to march around Jericho in silence. Through his yes, walls fell that no weapon could break. Ruth obeyed the quiet leading to remain faithful to Naomi. Through her, yes, she stepped into the lineage of the Messiah. Do you see, my child? Your obedience is a thread woven into the eternal tapestry of redemption, and now, in this generation, I am still weaving. I have placed you here, at this time, for this purpose. You are not an accident. You are not overlooked. There are assignments waiting that only your obedience can unlock. There are hearts waiting that only your yes can reach. There are miracles waiting that only your surrender can release. So once more, I invite you, trust me. Take the next step, even if you cannot see the full road. Do not let fear chain you to the shore when I am calling you to walk upon the waters. Do not let doubt silence the song I have placed within you. Do not let comfort rob you of the adventure of faith, for I promise you this: every step of obedience draws you closer to my presence. Every yes aligns you deeper with my will. Every surrender opens a greater flow of my spirit in your life. I do not promise that obedience will always feel easy, but I promise it will always be worth it. I promise that on the other side of your yes, you will see my hand, my faithfulness, my glory revealed. Lift your eyes now. Do not focus on what you may lose. Focus on what cannot be taken from my presence, my peace, my eternal promise. For the one who obeys me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So come, beloved, give me your yes today. Give me your yes tomorrow. And when your race is finished, you will look back and see a trail of faith, a legacy of obedience, and a harvest beyond what you ever imagined. Beloved child, let us finish this journey together, for I began by calling you into obedience, and now I will show you the joy of living in it. There is a peace that only the obedient heart knows. The world may chase after riches, after power, after comfort, but those things fade, and the heart remains restless. Yet the one who walks in my will rests secure, even when storms rage, even when valleys grow dark. For obedience anchors the soul in my presence, and no wave of fear can overturn the vessel that obeys me. Do you remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? When they refused to bow to the golden image, they obeyed me though it meant the furnace, and yet in the fire I was with them. Obedience will not always keep you from the flames, but it will always bring me into the fire with you. And when you emerge, you will not even smell of smoke. Consider Daniel, who chose obedience in prayer though it meant the lion's den. The mouths of the lions were shut because heaven honors the one who honors me. Even when obedience draws you into danger, it draws my hand to protect and deliver you. So do not fear what obedience may cost. Fear only a life lived without surrender, for that is a life that misses the fullness of what I long to give. Beloved, my ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Obedience is the bridge that lifts you from your understanding into mine. It is the step that carries you from earth's limited view into heaven's eternal plan. Do not say in your heart, I will obey when it makes sense. For if it makes sense to the flesh, it often needs no faith. True obedience stretches beyond reason, because faith is the evidence of things not seen. Remember Abraham on Mount Moriah. With trembling hands, he lifted the knife, obeying my command. But just at the moment of surrender, I provided the ram in the thicket. His obedience revealed his faith, and my faithfulness revealed my provision. So it will be with you. Obey, and you will see the God who provides. Beloved, obedience is not a single act, but a lifelong walk. It is not one yes, but 1,000 yeses, whispered again and again, and each yes draws you deeper into my embrace. Each surrender makes your heart more tender, more aligned with mine. Some of you fear that your past disobedience has disqualified you, but I say to you, my mercy is greater. Look at Peter, who denied me 3 times. Yet when he returned, I restored him and gave him a mission to feed my sheep. Your failure does not end your story if you will return and obey today. Grace is not the excuse to disobey, is the power to begin again. So rise up, let yesterday's no be swallowed in today's yes. Let the weight of regret fall away and let hope rise within you. For I am still calling, still inviting, still leading you forward. And to those who feel weary, who whisper, Lord, I have obeyed, but I see no fruit, do not lose heart. The farmer plants in one season and reaps in another. So it is with obedience. You may sow in tears, but you will reap in joy. In due season, you will see the harvest if you do not give up. Even now, angels move at the sound of my words spoken through your obedience. Even now, doors are opening that you cannot yet see. Even now, the seeds you planted in secret are pushing through the soil. Trust me, keep walking. Do not turn aside, for my promise to you is sure. The obedient will eat the good of the land. The surrendered will drink from rivers that never run dry. The faithful will stand on mountains they once only dreamed of. And when your race is run, when your journey is finished, you will hear my voice say, Well done, good and faithful servant. And in that moment, every cost will fade, and only joy will remain. So now, my beloved, as this word comes to a close, let it not close in your heart. Carry it with you, live it out, breathe it in. Say yes again and again, and watch how heaven responds. And I invite you once more, leave your thoughts below, for your testimony strengthens others. Subscribe so that you may continue to be nourished in the journey of faith, and share this message with someone who needs light in their darkness. For your obedience in sharing may be the spark that ignites hope in another soul. And never forget this final truth: your obedience today is the key to unlocking tomorrow. Your surrender now is the seed of miracles yet unseen. Trust me, obey me, and watch what I will do. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. And in every yes, I am glorified. Peace be with you, my child. Go in obedience, go in love, go in faith, for I walk with you still.